wonderful message from someone who wanted to know where to start, how to begin, because they were a little afraid. Part of the reason why is because some of his ancestors have a voodoo connection. I'm going to tackle this bit by bit and actually see if I can do it pretty quick. When you are afraid of connecting with ancestors because you've heard they've had some kind of spiritual connection to a practice that maybe you don't know about, do the research and learn about it, plain and simple. Truthfully, you're being guided by your ancestors to learn about it so that you eliminate your fear. Knowledge is power, right? So one good book, though this doesn't cover voodoo, and I've talked about this book before, of Water and the Spirit, this is a great book for people, especially people of color, who are wanting to tap in to their ancestral past, but they've heard, oh, well, you know, so-and-so used to do this, and you're afraid of their powers. Well, this book is all about someone who was kidnapped from their family, they were indoctrinated with Christianity, and they were told that their old practices were of the devil, of all these horrible things, and then they went back to their village to re-embrace that practice, which meant they were communicating with ancestors, which meant they were connecting to that history, richly informed. This book helped me essentially not to be afraid of anything that might come up in my past as far as ancestral knowledge at all. This is a great book. All right, another thing that you want to do is learn how to astral travel and have out-of-body experiences. This is a great book to do that with, and I've talked about this before, but it has lots of techniques and how to get out of your body. You begin to walk around and you can begin to call on different ancestors that you want to work with, okay? And they will come and meet with you. I have conversations with the dead all the time in my sleep, in my dream time. Not with the dead, really, because that's the thing. You'll find out that no one's really dead. Another thing to do is set up an altar. If you don't have a lot of space, then you set up a small altar. One thing that I really, really recommend is working with one ancestor at a time. They might all come at once the moment you begin to open up that communication, but working with one consciously at a time helps you kind of stay focused, that it doesn't become so overwhelming. So right now I'm working with only one ancestor at a time. I chose that one ancestor because he had a very social way of being. He had the kind of personality that he would talk to anyone, chat it up with anyone. So of course I'm going to choose him because I do want to connect to all my other ancestors. Well, guess what? He's like the social butterfly. So he's almost like, for me, the gate opener. You create an altar not because you have to. You do it for your own consciousness, for your own human conscious here, to kind of create a visual symbol that you are in communication. So that's what I do it for, and I find that it's so wonderful and helpful for me. Now, if you don't have a lot of space, or if you're not quite sure, use a jar. And I got this tip from a fellow YouTuber, Ashira Star Goddess. She gives really great tips, and this is one of them. I think she got this from someone else. Let's spread it all around. So put everything you want in a jar. So this is whiskey, and that's because he liked to drink, so I often give him some liquor. I think I also have playing cards on there because he liked to play cards. I have tobacco because he always had a pipe. The first time I put this on there, I fell asleep shortly afterwards. And it was the most bizarre experience because I did not have any of this, but I woke up drunk with a hangover. So now when I pour this, I pour just a little bit, because the first time I poured like the whole thing, you know, not really knowing what to do, and I woke up drunk with a hangover. So it was a cool experience, but this work is powerful. Candles, you can use any color that you want. I like black candles, but I have purple candles. You know, I use sometimes the taper ones. Ooh, this is good if you're wanting to maybe work with a female, possibly, if they're into that. They might like purple, they might like white, they might like black. So I have all kinds of candles, and it's nice to light a candle, essentially kind of opening up the way and sending energy out. None of these things are necessary to do, but I find it's very helpful to do. Then the key thing that you need to do is you get a notebook, and through your dreams or through meditation, you write down everything you feel. So there's two ways that magic.